In 1994, psychic Andy Rice said that Michael had fake death plans and would fake his death like Elvis and run away. In 1994, Forrest Gump movie was in all the cinemas. The Eurotunnel was inaugurated in France and UK. Justin Bieber was born and Michael Jackson became Lisa Marie Presley's husband. This was the main point where Michael Jackson's fake death plan began. Lisa Marie's father, the iconic Elvis Presley, has been dead for a long time, but a lot of people never believed it. Michael Jackson starts inspiring from him. The article that you are seeing is from 1994. The psychic Andy Rice explains to us his thesis. Michael Jackson has fake death plans. He would fake his own death, just like Elvis. Michael Jackson, like Elvis, is sick and tired of being larger than life, and wants to get a life, said world-renowned psychic and metaphysician Dr. Andy Rice at the time. The superstar trip has trapped Michael in Neverland. Also, there's a very good chance he could end up in prison if he's convicted of child sex abuse. The only way out of this mess he's in is to fake his death, cut his hair and go underground, says Dr. Rice, who specializes in celebrity predictions. Dr. Rice believes the gloved one will try to escape his hellish existence by dying in Neverland, his remote amusement park retreat. The cover story will be that Michael Jackson suffered a fatal heart attack while riding his Ferris wheel. Jackson's remains will be cremated and his ashes will be scattered on the grounds of his estate, he explains. The only way for Michael to start a fresh new life is to end the grotesque life he has now. He learned the trick from Elvis. But of course that doesn't prove that Michael has been making fake death plans since the 90s, right? So let's move on to his own words. The song Escape, the title track of the Escape album, which was released 5 years after Michael's death, 2014, was recorded by Michael in 1999. In the song he clearly states that he wants to escape. And wait, the track is called Escape, Escape from Death. X equals death, scape equals escape. Now let's examine the song lyrics. The system's in control, it's all ran by the book. I've got to get away so I can free my mind. Escape is what I need. I've got to find a place so I won't hide away. Escape, got to get away from a system loose in the world today. Escape, the pressure that I face from relationships haven't gone my way. Escape, the man with the pen that writes the lies that hassle this man. Escape, I do what I wanna 'cause I gotta face nobody but me. I'm tired of silly games. It's time to make a change. These claims are shocking. You can read with your own eyes what he told us. Michael had to escape from the world. Michael Jackson has always looked to seem like a terminally ill patient. We can show you some pictures that testimony Michael Jackson's past behaviors. You can easily understand that he was making us think that he was about to die and his physical conditions were critical. He was continuing his fake death plan. Especially in 2008, Michael Jackson showed himself in a wheelchair getting out of a shop. From the Sydney Morning Herald in 2008. The former king of pop could be in serious medical trouble after pictures of him emerged being pushed around in a wheelchair on a Las Vegas shopping trip. "He looks really frail," Mike Lopez, the photographer who took the shocking pictures, told the New York Daily News. "His skin was peeling and he looked so thin and gaunt." Jackson, 49, was accompanied on the 2-hour spree by his 3 children, Prince I, Paris and Prince II. He was wearing pajamas, a surgical mask over his face, a black scarf and a baseball cap. The photos came following reports that Jackson has been working on a new recording and is in negotiations for a comeback show in Las Vegas. He recently avoided foreclosure on his extravagant Neverland Ranch in California, but has not lived there since being acquitted of child molestation charges 3 years ago. It also sounds strange that a man with serious physical condition could dance and sing very well, being so energetic during This Is It, 2009. The Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, investigating Michael Jackson's death, was desperately searching for lost surveillance footage from the King of Pop's Hollywood home. The LAPD is frantically looking for the missing CCTV footage that could solve the mystery surrounding the final moments of Michael's life. MJ's mansion, a rented house where he spent the last few months of his life, had an elaborate, high-tech security system in place with secret cameras fitted in every hall and corridor. Logically, Jackson's final moments should have been recorded on one of the cameras. But dozens of CCTV tapes from his LA mansion have mysteriously gone missing. Insiders close to the investigation say Jackson's death, possibly his murder, was captured on camera, but the video has not been recovered. There are also gaps in some security camera footage stored on computer hard drives. Police were combing through personal computers recovered from the house. For the moment, it seems the truth is hidden in the rolls of a tape, and that is the missing link that could possibly unravel the mystery of MJ's death. So why did someone destroy every security camera footage? Why did people try to hide the truth? On June 25, 2009, when Michael passed away, someone recorded this video. Ben Evenstad, Michael's private paparazzi, was out from Michael's house with a journalist team for many days. His purpose was trying to record Michael's life and to document his days during This Is It rehearsals. On that tragic day, when the ambulance got out of the mansion, Evenstad tried to record inside the ambulance. You will be shocked when you'll notice this shadow, Michael Jackson standing inside the ambulance. Wasn't he in cardiac arrest? Two days after Michael's death, on June 27, 2009, in front of Michael Jackson's last house, Marlon and Randy Jackson arrive in a car. In fact, we can see the brothers laughing and smiling with a calm and relaxed mood. But that's not all. Look now. Look at the car going away. Haven't you noticed anything? I'll let you see it once again.
Marlon. Yeah, that's Marlon. That's Marlon and Randy.
Who was that figure in the back seat? On that same day, Michael's body was transported from the ambulance to a helicopter to get faster to the hospital. But something will hit your eyes. During the body transport, something strange happens into the helicopter. Look at the white sheet covering Michael's body. It's moving. This is absolutely proof that Michael Jackson wasn't dead. Everyone knows that Michael's body was charged in the helicopter after having left the ambulance. Everyone knows that Michael's body was under the white sheet and switched to a stretcher to be then charged in the white van. In 2009, this video got viral. This video reached 1.5 billion views, and you can watch with your eyes what's happening. We can see Michael Jackson getting off the white van and walking, standing, being alive. Guys, Michael Jackson is alive. Since the video had numerous views, someone tried to cover it up, saying that this video was fake and that it was a joke from the German TV. But you can watch the video above to understand that Michael tried to cover it all up, trying to make it seem that the video was made on purpose. The night before July 7, 2009, the day when Michael Jackson memorial service was held, a herd of elephants walked in front of the Staples Center in LA, the place where the memorial took place. As we can see, the elephants wore decorations and gadgets with a little caption, "The greatest show on earth." So why were elephants in front of the Staples Center that night? After the ambulance and the helicopter incident, Michael's fans turned their eyes to the funeral. And the family's demeanor seemed to prove that Michael was alive because everyone was so happy. You can see here that nobody seemed to be really sad and shocked by Michael's death. You can see Michael's sons chewing gum. I don't think that a son would chew gum during his dad's funeral.
Hello, Harry, how are you? It is a very sad day for me here. I am heartbroken.
What was it like to be?
And arrived, and we couldn't even talk. We just hugged, we stood there, we cried, and I am heartbroken. I have warned that one day Michael Jackson would wake up dead and that I would not be silent.
Liberian Girl is a Michael Jackson song released in 1987, which has the particularity of having a specific storyboard, a specific story, a script, in its official music video. The short film begins with lots of actors and 80s celebrities waiting for Michael's arrival on the set. They were waiting for the start of the shootings that, without Michael Jackson, couldn't begin. The entire music video represents all of these actors talking between them, a whole video without the arrival of MJ, who, in the end, is behind a big TV camera. The celebrities staying there in the set, interacting, were enough to record the music video. So Michael Jackson finishes his music video behind the big TV camera, pronouncing the phrase,
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap. You would be asking me, what does this have to do with Michael's fake death? This is absolutely important. In 2009, during the Michael Jackson Memorial, a picture was projected on the big screen behind the stage. As we can see, it has to do with the final footage of Liberian Girl music video. Just like if someone wants to refer to something, to some meanings. Just like if someone wants to give a message. Why was that particular photo used at Michael's funeral? The message is clear. Michael teased us, making us believe he's dead and enjoying everything by watching his show from a different point of view. After the ridiculous attitude of the family at the memorial service, the eyes were on the funeral. The ceremony was officially held in a mock studio setting. In this event, which added the chain of evidence, it continued to prove that Michael was alive. You can clearly see what was in that place. You can see a studio light and the fixed background. This is the biggest proof. Michael's biggest craze. The courage to appear in front of billions of people with disguise. Michael joined the CNN channel, perhaps the biggest craze in the world, to stop his fans from committing suicide after his death. And from that day on, millions of Michael fans made sure he wasn't dead. Because fans who really knew Michael could see that it was Michael who was on the air that day. There are 7,000 comments under this video, and you can see that all say they believe he's Michael. I let you hear some snippets of this video where you can clearly understand that he's him.
Friend attending the funeral. And Dave, yes, that's his name, Dave. He was David Rothenberg. He caused the fire?
Yeah. He is a criminal, and he caused all this. To free myself of his name and his legacy, I decided to become my own person through changing my name.
Listen to his expression and his way of speaking.
I felt a little tap on my shoulder, and I turned around, and there was Michael.
Hold right there.
And you know what, Larry?
What?
At that moment, we embraced. And that embrace never ended throughout our whole entire friendship.
Furthermore, look at his eyes, look at his expressions. Guys, there are thousands of theories about fake deaths, but this one is the most important. Why? Because it's the only one which has such a lot of proof that you can understand yourself that Michael isn't dead. This is the only fake death case that has many reliable proofs. Most of you will sure remember the blonde woman in the audience during the Michael Jackson Memorial at the Staples Center. An episode that shocked the entire world just after the ceremony. But let's go into detail. On July 7, 2009, during the Michael Jackson Memorial Ceremony in LA, in the crowd of the audience there was a mysterious presence. The figure which we're talking about is a strange blonde woman wearing sunglasses. The shocking fact is her marked resemblance with Michael Jackson. In this picture you can see in detail her resemblance with him, starting from the neck, going through the chin, the cheeks and nose. Also, the presence of an Adam's apple in a lady confirms the gender of the subject, a male. You can also look at Janet Jackson, who tries catching her eye to her. After all these events, we learned that Michael Jackson changed his name before he died. So it's not Michael Joe Jackson who died. It was Michael Joseph Jackson. So why? To avoid punishment when he comes back one day. All of us know that his real name is Michael Joe Jackson. We can read it by his driving license and by his passport. Look at his death certificate. There's Joseph, not Joe. As I told you before, this could be a way to avoid all the legality problems that could come after Michael's comeback. During the Michael Jackson Memorial on July 7th, Jermaine Jackson, Michael's brother, sings his brother's song released in 1995 in the album History, Past, Present and Future. For who doesn't know the song lyrics, I read with you the original text. Smile. And maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness. Hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near. Now let's have a listen to Jermaine's performance.
Light up your face with sadness. Hide every trace of gladness. Oh.
You have clearly heard that the song lyrics were changed from "Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness" to "Light up your face with sadness, hide every trace of gladness." Then we can hear Jermaine's theater with tears and emotional moments.
You'll find that life do worthwhile if you just...
You can obviously understand that the sentence's meaning was inverted. These are little clues that Michael left us to know he's not dead.
Michael was very, very healthy. He had passed physicals for the show. His heart was in... They had said he suffered a heart attack and all this kind of stuff. He was very, very healthy, but Michael was not with us way before he arrived to the airport.
What do you mean by that? You had not seen
way
him
before
for a
he
long
arrived to
time?
the hospital.
Right. Okay, so you...
What a mess, Jermaine. Isn't it? All these interviews, declarations, questions. They make your brain mess up. But as we can hear, you're not telling lies. Jermaine Jackson, during an Australian radio channel in 2010, was talking about Michael's death and about his situation before he died. During his speech he says, Michael was not with us way before he arrived to the airport. The woman who interviews Jermaine gives him a strange look, and Jermaine quickly says he meant the hospital. Well, it sounds strange because on June 25th the LA airport was closed following Michael's death and only a plane was there. It was about a mysterious private jet which departed from the airport during that time. The staff at the airport had been told to ignore the plane. This is interesting, since Jermaine Jackson made this little slip-up with the radio program. Jermaine. There's a big difference between the words EY airport and hospital. This is a docu film recorded during Michael Jackson's last tour rehearsals. All the clips should have been in Michael's archive as he usually did in his every tour. During the movie premiere, on October 28, 2009, 4 months after Michael's death, Jermaine Jackson explained to us about the movie, and he says to us this.
Yes, but there's all kind of exciting things going on. This is called This Is It, but this is really not it. There is going to be much more going on, but this is definitely it, but it's not the final curtain, no.
This is called This Is It, but this is really not it. There is gonna be much more going on, but this is not definitely it. It's not the final curtain call. What is he trying to tell us? Michael, as I told you before, is the album containing Hollywood Tonight and other famous songs. The particularity of the album cover consists in the main art that we can see in the famous and historic cover of Dangerous Album. A strange and grotesque art that Michael Jackson likes. But in the Michael album we can notice something very shocking. Look at Michael's face. Look now at Michael's mouth. And now look at his lips. Alive. Guys, you shouldn't doubt anymore on his death. Michael is alive and he say it. Not all of you will know about a book. A mysterious book which was released on June 25, 2010, a year after Michael Jackson's death. It's a graphic novel with MJ's signature. Why? The book was written by Michael Jackson in his final days. But let's start from the beginnings. Michael Jackson was always fashioned by comics, novels, and superheroes. In 1999 tried to buy Marvel Comics, the historic producer of Spider-Man, Hulk, and Fantastic Four. The Faded, so titled, is more than 200 black and white pages conceived, scripted and written by Jackson from 2006 to 2009 with the help of the Indian-American journalist and author Gautam Chopra, son of D. Chopra, a doctor who became famous as a New Age writer, and of the famous Indian illustrator Mukesh Singh, formerly of the erotic comic Shadowhunter. In the tables of Mukesh Singh, with a powerful gothic and nocturnal trait, Michael Jackson tells the very autobiographical story of the fall into the abyss and the redemption of Gabriel Starr, a world pop star, whose enormous success as a singer is the counterpart to a life of total emotional isolation. The story of Gabriel Starr, a much-loved musician, has explicit references to that of the king of pop. In the book, Starr's suicide attempt ends her popularity even more, taking the character to a literal natural soprano state. One night, after yet another triumphal concert, Gabriel decides to throw himself from the top floor of the luxuriant hotel that hosts him. After a 30-plan flight, not only does he not die, but he does not even get a scratch. Furthermore, we can see this presumed book cover published by Gautam Chopra. You can notice the presence of various religions and a very familiar hand. According to the biblical verses which specifically refer to him, Gabriel is likened to a mortal male, but is sometimes portrayed as androgynous or female, as in some New Age beliefs or contemporary art imagery. Gabriel is the union between all the religions. His presence is famous in Christian and Muslim religion. Christians of the Catholic traditions refer to him as Saint Gabriel the Archangel. Islam believes that Gabriel was the medium through whom God revealed the Quran to Muhammad, and that he sent a message to most prophets, if not all, revealing their obligations. Lots of religions that are shown in the Michael Jackson Memorial. Could the book be a coincidence or a proof? On February 1, 2010, in the same studio as the original 25 years earlier, We Are the World 25 for Haiti was created to benefit the Haitian earthquake relief efforts and the rebuilding of Haiti. During the recording of the song and video, something catches our eyes. There's a man wearing a green suit, maybe for green screen, in the crowd of singers. We could observe carefully the man behind the singers through this frame. I think he's someone very familiar. Also, the Justin Bieber admiration towards Michael Jackson is a certain proof of his vicinity to the disguised man. Come on, guys. Who do you think he could be? Some technician? Cameraman? I don't think so. Teddy Riley and Akon are close friends of Michael. We can truly see in these photos the relationship between them. Teddy Riley, Michael's producer, and Akon, famous rapper and Michael's very close friend. In this chapter, Teddy Riley and the rapper Akon have something in common. In November 2010, Akon said the exact contrary to what was affirmed by the media. He didn't believe Michael Jackson's death. Subsequently, on Twitter, a fan tried to bring up Teddy Riley about Akon thoughts. And this was the answer. Also, other Michael's collaborators posted their thoughts, just like his hairstylist Steve Earhart, who in 2017 said, "A tip for the believers. The Michael Jackson believers. You heard it here first. An announcement of sorts. And in a couple of months, or the latest end of the year, you will be receiving some very good news. Almost unbelievable. Not even the family knows. But I do." This affirmation is absolutely important. Maybe something went wrong, and Michael didn't come back in 2017, but it could have happened. But that's not all. In 2015, Joseph Jackson, Michael's father, you can watch their relationship by clicking the video above, posted this tweet on his official profile. Is Michael still alive? It's a mystery. Michael was so creative, anything is possible. I don't expect to see him until I die. You will never know. This statement by his dad is really shocking. We also have other declarations by Michael's cousin in the video above. On February 11, 2011, the Epic Records released Hollywood Tonight, the second single of the album, Michael. The song reached a lot of views and audiences, so much that its music video made 74 million views on YouTube. Now you'll ask me, Batu, what has got to do with the death hoax? It's simple. If you watch one of the Hollywood Tonight music video clips, you'll notice a strange presence. Have you noticed him? Yes, it's him. The classic old man used by Michael as a disguise. We can see the old man talking on the phone in the center of the shot and behind the video protagonist. Subsequently, we can see him dancing, in particular, the dangerous dance. In 2011, X Factor created the Michael Jackson Week, a special tribute dedicated to Michael Jackson where the top 7 performed the songs of Michael Jackson in some sort of presumed unofficial celebration of this week's Dr. Conrad Murray sentencing. On November 30, 2011 at 8:05 p.m. Marlon, Tito, and Jackie Jackson appeared in the TV show. Then there was a little appearance of Catherine, Michael's mother, and MJ's sons. I let you watch.
Mother in the audience, Catherine. I know you're a fan of the X Factor. What do you make of it so far? You happy?
I'm very happy. I don't miss an episode of this show. And I'm so happy to be here because I get to see it in person.
We're more happy to have you.
Have you noticed anyone behind Catherine Jackson? Does it remind you of anyone? Shocking. In 2017, Jackie Jackson's son, Siggy Jackson, attended the wedding and many family members joined. And of course, Siggy's uncle Michael Jackson didn't leave him alone on this happy day. Watch these clips. Have you noticed anything? Yes. It's him. The big similarity to the mayor in the Ghost short movie. We haven't seen this figure anywhere in these years. I think that we would have seen a man like that before if he was invited to Jackie Jackson's son's wedding, but the answer is negative. So why is he behind and next to Michael Jackson's sons? Michael, you could choose a different disguise. Michael Jackson's mother, Catherine, has broken her silence to reveal the King of Pop's crypt at Forest Lawn Cemetery is empty. RadarOnline.com has learned exclusively the Thriller sensation's body was not in the coffin at his star-studded July 7, 2009, burial service held a dozen days after he was killed by a drug overdose. Shockingly, Michael's corpse was kept on ice for months, before the Jackson matriarch settled a family feud and had her beloved son's remains cremated to thwart ghoulish efforts to rob his grave. Everyone thinks Michael is buried at Forest Lawn, but he's not, an insider tells Radar exclusively. The family has kept the secret for safety reasons and to fulfill Michael's wishes. But Catherine has privately revealed the truth to trusted friends. This is what was said and learned by Radar Online, an online tabloid, on August 24, 2017. Yes, guys, Michael Jackson was not in that coffin. When you'll watch the burial again, think of that expensive coffin, imagine it empty. Why should Michael's mother say this information after almost 10 years? In an episode of the TV series Atlanta, there's the strange character called Teddy Perkins who seems to have many connections with Michael Jackson, including the relationship with his father. In the episode, Teddy says his father used to beat his children to teach them to be good at life, endorsing his father's technique. Just like Joseph Jackson, Michael's father, who used to beat his children too. Also, in some clips we notice some pictures referring to real Michael Jackson historic photographs. With this we confirm that Teddy Perkins was inspired by Michael, and maybe he's telling us a message. In the series, Teddy Perkins claims that his brother was presumed dead, but he's alive, refer to MJ. During the Emmy Awards in 2018, a strange presence was in the audience. Teddy Perkins. But it seems that he's not the same character in the series. He's not Donald Grove, Teddy Perkins' actor, because Donald Grove was there. So who was that guy? Furthermore, listen to this claims.
Oh my god!
Oh my, the best episode of television all year.
Oh my god! It's Teddy Perkins! Holy shit!
Hello?
Oh my god!
I'm glad you're alive. I was a little worried. I thought it was a documentary.
They did technically kill me, but I did not die. I'm still alive.
Oh my god! You're my favorite ever.
Yeah, best episode of television all year.
He's alive. Most of you will know about The Weeknd, an American singer become famous in the last few years. Lots of people consider him the Michael Jackson heir, for the kind of his music and his inspirations. The Weeknd reached millions of views in his music videos. In fact, we're going to talk about them just where there's the connection with Michael Jackson. In the 2021 Save Your Tears music video was released. Now it has almost 1 billion views, but we don't care so much about that. During the video clip we can watch a strange pianist who seems like Michael. Look at his body and his way to stand. In the 2022 Gasoline music video we notice Michael's face. Look at this. Look now to his hands and to the mirror. That's shocking, guys. Instead, in the Sacrifice music video we can look at a covered person wearing a veil. The common thing with Michael are the hands, but especially the Quincy Jones collaboration with the song album. Lastly, look at this Weeknd Instagram post. It speaks for itself. Who is Jack Crooner? Every fan or believer has heard about Jack Crooner once in his life. Alimarad Farshchian, aka Jack Crooner, is an Iranian-American doctor famous for his doctoring service towards Michael Jackson. But as most of you know, the real Dr. Alimarad Farshchian is another person. I'll let you watch some pictures of the doctor and Jack Crooner. Now let's focus on Jack Crooner. Let's examine his face, his resemblances, and his elements in common with Michael Jackson. Look at his eyes, look at his body language. There are also a lot of episodes proving that he's Michael Jackson. For example, his strong presence with Paris and Prince Jackson, but especially with Omar Bhatti. A famous gag of Jack Crooner and Prince Jackson during an Instagram live on Omar Bhatti official profile.
Dressed Michael can put some gas in the bike and flies down. Dressed Michael can put some gas in the bike and flies down.
By this video we can obviously notice that someone is trying to cover a secret. After the claim of Prince, who didn't know about the Instagram live, Mike put some gas on that bike and Jack replied, "Watch out," referring to the live broadcast. A big gaffe which confirms that Michael Jackson is Jack Crooner. Also in this live broadcast from Jack Crooner official account we can prove that he's wearing a mask. Watch. I have never seen a cheek that bounced. It was a demonstration by Michael, who wanted to give hope to his fans, letting them know he was alive. Furthermore, Jack Crooner created a charity company just like Michael. He founded a jazz band singing Frank Sinatra, MJ's idol, next to James Brown, and Michael Jackson covers. In the end we can truly confirm he's not Alimarad Farshchian. Michael Jackson's biggest dream was to become a movie director, another activity launched by Jack Crooner. In conclusion, I hope you enjoyed the documentary. I hope you'll understand that Michael is alive. Leave a like and share the video. Share the video to your friends and people. Subscribe to the channel and subscribe to the join button to know about the secret information. Stay tuned. See you in the next video.